Bouncing puck. Joyelle lets one go. Cubs a fire right off the opening face-off here. There's a backhand shot, and Gendron shoots out the hand and grabs it, and a nice save. And boy, Rick, right off the bat here.
That McLean line was sure in their face, Jack. They had 3 shots in that opening shift, and a couple of good chances, and young Brown hit one off the post.
Well, the Cubs certainly showing Cap that they're here to play tonight. There's not going to be any slow start here.
Doesn't look like that.
Kapuskasing having their ups and downs in the league this year, talking to their play-by-play man, Niall O'Donohoe. He said some nights they look great, and the next night they look like the young team that they are. Cubs trying to get organized and come out of their own zone, and here they come, Krieger. Over to Safiris. Tim Safiris cutting around his man, going right in, trying to jam it in, and Gendron makes the save. Bergeron battling over there with Jeremy Miller. Puck comes loose and out to center ice. Alex Bain. Joyelle inside his own line, up the middle. Pass picked off by Bergeron. And here he comes. Dumps it in. Cap changing on the fly here as Joyelle will pick it up. Down the ice it goes, and that's icing against the Cubs. No score here. We're just a couple of minutes into period number 1.
2 minutes in, but the Cubs certainly look like they've come to play. They're in their face, and they're on top of them in their own end, and I think that's going to be the game plan for the rest of the evening. If they want to be successful, they want to be aggressive on the forecheck, and that'll create their scoring chance.
I think the last time these two teams met up in Cap, Cap jumped out to an early lead in that game, and Cubs had to come back to win it. So I guess the coaching staff brought the message across to get the jump on them here. Don't fall behind, because one night you won't be able to come back. Rivard trying to center it, band on the pass. Michaud get all turned around, and it's picked up there.
Burnham gets dropped down.
There's a drop pass. Oh, and that just missed. Burnham jumps on the puck and fires it up over the glass.
17:34 left, Jack.
And Daryl Phaneuf, our referee tonight. Daryl hasn't reffed in quite some time. I can remember on a Friday night here.
There's another tournament going on in Hilleberry, and probably taking up some of the local.
That's true, yeah. The Tri-Town Midget Cup underway. Face-off just outside the Cap blue line, and Curtis McLean in on the draw against Ken Carrick. Cap wins it. And here they come to center. Bond in over the line, offside. A little bit of a smaller crowd here tonight, Rick, and in December it seems to...
A lot of that has to do with there's a tournament going on in Timmins this weekend where 3 of the Liskeard teams and 3 of the Hilleberry teams are up to compete in the Smiley M. So.
And you got the Midget Cup, and then, of course, Midnight Madness at the mall.
With Sluggo.
Christmas shopping is underway.
Midnight Madness with Sluggo.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that, does it? Bond for Cap, dumping it in. McLean tipping it up to Brown. Sean Scott, 2-on-1. Scott in over the line. Lets it go, rebound. Oh, and Gibson backhanded it wide. He did all the right things, Barry. Just missed. There's a shot
Should be moved up well in that play there. The Cubs don't seem to be having any problem at all at this point, coming out of their own end. In fact, they're coming out quite sharp. They're moving the biscuit well, and Gibson followed up with Sean Scott that time and created that good chance.
He'll be thinking about that one for a while, won't he? He
got it on his backhand. The yawning cage.
That's it. It was yawning for sure. From the draw, Flyers in control. Dumped off the boards and down the ice. Vayu couldn't control it, so they'll come back into the Cap zone. Again, Art Stroney getting the start tonight for the Cubs. I don't think he's had a shot on him yet, has he?
Right now, it's the Cubs are shooting the Flyers 5-0. And they've had one off the goalpost as well, so they've had their chances for sure.
There's no doubt about that. Krieger who has moved up considerably in that scoring race. He's right on the tail of Robin Boucher.
He's only a few points back, but he's 3 points back, but he's also got 3 games in hand.
That's right.
Things could change drastically this weekend with a good game here tonight.
And they've been known to have the odd good game on a Friday night, haven't they? Just ask Wendy's in the chili. They know. Dumped into the Cubs zone. Stroni bounces over his stick. Ooh, centered, but Zafiris was back there doing what he was supposed to do and gets the puck.
Chili
here's Krieger. Lets it go. Oh, nice glove save there by Gendron. That was kind of a screen shot. He wasn't a hard one, but he had to react quickly.
Well, when in doubt, put the puck on the net, they say, Jack. And, you know, you can never go wrong by shooting the puck. Sometimes if the play is in there, just directed at the net and strange things happen.
Big Greg Major on the ice now for the Cubs. Robbie Peterson also. Rivard gets it back. Here's Major. Oh, he fanned on the shot, but he manages to tie up his man. Here comes Nero. This is the big line for Kapuskasing. Looking at the scoring race, they've got Nero and Castonguay and Bergeron.
Good little centerman, number 9. I can remember him in the minor ranks there. He was always a thorn in your side whenever he played in Liskeard.
From the face-off. Into the corner by Castonguay. Here come the Cubs. Rivard speeding the center and over the line. Nice move as he walks in. Lets it go. Rebound. Oh, and he shot it up over top the net. What moves by Rivard? If he would have finished that one off, that would have been a really nice play. Was a highlight goal, wasn't it? Denise would have had to have a replay on that one. There's a centering pass. Major's there to pick it off. Back come the Cubs.
You always say some of his best games when played against Cap.
Here's Berta.
Nice play.
Oh, Rivard.
Good try.
Off the heel of his stick. Boy, this is wide open here, end to end as we...
Cap makes wholesale change now.
Well, if they can keep this up all night, we'll have a heck of a hockey game here.
We certainly will.
Major takes a bump. There's a centering pass, and Bortam pinched up, but couldn't control it. He would have had a good chance if he had to control that puck. Michaud for Cap, big number 88, plays it in, shot right back out.
Cap is still yet to register a shot on goal,
Seaman, Brown couldn't control it. Seaman again, comes right in front. Gibson clears it away. Cap with some pressure here. Comes to the side of the net. Stroni plays it away, and here come the Cubs. Curtis McLean gets it to Scott, tipped away. Gibson moves up and fires it into the Cap zone. Brown behind the net on the near side it comes. McLean runs into his man.
Make some changes now. Boom.
And here comes Cap again to center. Zafiris breaks up that play. And here's McLean back the other way. Zafiris to Brown.
That looked offside.
It sure did. Brown knocked down. Loose puck, cleared up. Gibson will keep it in. Gibson again at the line. Fires it on goal.
Just wide.
Look out, the net's going to come off, and we get a stoppage. And we had quite a long spell there without a whistle.
13:54 left in the first period, Jack.
Still no score. Usually by now we've seen about 4 or 5 goals. You know what's really impressed me, Bear, I was watching Jake Gibson on that last sequence, and you know, for a young defenseman in this league, his first year, how he's confident enough to stay at the line, knock the puck down with his hand, keep it in, and and do all the right things.
Well, the confidence level is important, especially a young defenseman. You gotta have the confidence in being able to, like you say, stand in there and do the job.
There's another post. That's 2 posts for the Cubs in this period. Yeah, most young defensemen would just sort of peel back and not take a chance, but he's done that a lot this year. Here comes Krieger. Long pass up to Zafiris. In over the line. Falls. Krieger lets it go. And a save made by Gendron. Wrap around attempt. And it's cleared away. And back comes Cap. Vaughn gets it to goal line front. Rolling puck just wide of the net. Zafiris flattens his man. Vaughn Twan went flying. He gets up slow and gets back. He's heading to the bench.
This is enough of this. I want off.
There's a long shot right on. Gendron makes the save. Shellswell, big number 35. Look at the size of that kid. Zafir is working his way to the net. A shot right on. Gendron makes the save. Cap just getting rid of it. Carrick dumping it in. Joel takes a bump behind the net. Rivard's there. He's sent flying. Burnham knocks his man off the puck. Alexander goes down. This has been a pretty good period so far. Lots of speed, some good hits, and Daryl's letting them play.
I think that's the key, Jack. I mean, providing they don't take advantage of it, I think that's makes for a lot more entertaining.
Yeah, you're right. I agree with you 100%.
And if the other players start to get a little rambunctious, then you can always clamp down a little bit.
Here comes Brown. Drops it back to Rivard. He's checked. Puck comes to the line. It's kept in, though, by Major. And taking it in his own zone is Fortin behind the net. Gets it up on the wing to Bergeron. He backtracks and he gives it away to Scott. Centering pass right through the crease. Major, bouncing puck, rebound in front of the McLean on his knees, trying to knock it in, and it's cleared up over top the net to the corner. Comes with good pressure here. And now we get a whistle. Hand pass, the call. 11:40 to go in the first. Still no score.
Still no score, but it isn't the fact that the Cubs are lethargic or anything. I mean, they're playing a pretty spirited period right now, and they're on shooting cap rate at this point, 11-0. So I mean, they've certainly had their chances. They've hit 2 goalposts, or the score could easily be at least 2-0 right now. If not for the good work of Gendron in the cap net, he's keeping them in this hockey game at this point.
From the draw, puck on the far side. Twan gets it up. There's a shot off the base of the net. Oh, problem with the poor Art Stroni, as you say, hasn't any shots yet about halfway through the period, and it wasn't much of one, but it was a shot. Chevalier.
Well, they broke the shot out.
I guess you could say Chevalier is the horse of this line,
That's
eh?
it, eh?
Yeah. Could you say that, Denise?
Yes.
I wouldn't.
And they broke the shot out.
That's right. Denise is happy today. Her and Andrew won the gingerbread second place in the gingerbread house contest.
Very creative.
Did you see it?
And then the prize was Andrew got to eat it, and he did. Right off the draw, Brown grabs that loose puck and skates to center. In over the line, trying to center it. Tied up, knocked down.
All down there.
Sean Scott plays it behind the net. Curtis McLean comes up with it. For Brown, in front. And Scott banned on the shot, and it comes out to center. Robbie Peterson back for it. Cleared into the cap zone. Major gets it over to Scott. He's checked. Kept in by Gibson at the line. Dumps it in behind the net. Gendron will play it. Brown centering up front. Krieger scores! Boy, oh boy, poor old Gendron. There were 2 Cub players standing all alone in the slot, and Krieger was lucky enough to get the puck, and he put it in.
Good setup. Gibson made a good play at the point to keep the puck in. And a good feed behind the net by young Brown, and Krieger made no mistake.
So we know Brown will get an assist for sure on that one.
I think Gibson made that one too. He kept the puck at the point. But
Yeah, that's right.
Krieger is just inched a little closer to Robin Boucher
Yeah.
again.
So the Cubs break on top. That was, they're about 12 or 13 shots on goal. Here comes Cap. Got a Paytek trying to center it. Now you're right on there. Gibson and Brown get the assists on the Krieger goal.
I think the key to that, though, Jack, was that Krieger got in the way very quickly. You know, he wasted no time. Brown got him the puck from behind the net, and bang, it was in the net. And yeah, that's, you know, a lot of times, even if you don't get a good shot away, if you can get it away quickly, you know, you can surprise the goaltender, and you don't give him time to set up.
Here's the Krieger again. Whoa, Gendron shot out the left hand, and what a save that was. He has been sharp in this period, hasn't he? He's looked really good in there. 1-0 Cubs with 10:03 to go in the first period.
Halfway point of the period. Cap are no slouch. They're in third place in this league, and they're continually improving as the season's progressed.
That's right. Yeah, they're a young team, and they make mistakes in their own end. That's from what I get from their organization. Defensively, they have a lot of lapses, and we saw on the Cub goal 2 Cub players standing all alone in front of the net. That shouldn't be happening. But they're not a bad skating team, and they don't seem to be too afraid of the physical stuff. And as time goes on, they'll just get better.
That's right, Jack. And one thing about Cap, you know, most nights they'll work hard. They're not a team that doesn't, you know, just show up. They'll come to play most nights. So, you know, they're going to get a Stan Patchwell is going to get an honest effort from them most weeks.
Here's the Fierce cranking one from the blue line, wide of the net. Krieger centered it out in front. Miller, Zafiris was walking into one, but was tipped away. Now here, 2 Cubs in front, and Krieger got it.
Gibson.
Again, Jeff Krieger standing there all alone, and he had time.
And Gibson picked up his second assist as well.
And it's 2-0 Cubs.
Well, when they kind of cheat this kind of pressure on, Jack, it's just a matter of time before you cave in. I mean, they've definitely dominated this period, out shooting Cap 14-1, and I mean, it shows in the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's been a Cub period.
Krieger did a good job waiting. He waited for he had a lot of poise. He waited for the goaltender to go down, and once it went down, he put her top shelf.
So Jeff Krieger with 2 here in the first, 2-0 Cubs. And they're badly out shooting Cap in this period, 14-1. Cap's got to get some offense mustered here to make a game of this. Alexander right on, Gendron the save. Brevard in the corner, into the boards. Puck comes loose to Michaud. Gets it up the center. Joel. Chevalier up there forechecking. Here's Andy Burnham. Drops it back, right on. Alexander let it go, and Gendron made the save, and DeWitt having a little trouble clearing it. Here's Burnham again, working his way in. Down, goes down, gets a shot away, and Gendron has to make the save. Good effort there by Andy Burnham. And there's a 2-line pass. Cap losing a couple players this past week. Rosevier and St. Croix both leaving the team. One on his own, the other one was asked to leave. So they had a few problems up there with those guys.
Disciplinary problem.
Yeah. So they're short a couple of guys.
There was a situation where Alex just had to get across the blue line. He takes an extra step, and then the Cubs have a break there. You know, a lot of times the defenseman sees that guy out in the open, and he wants to give it to him right away. But you know, they just take that extra second, get over the blue line. That's not blown on the 2-line pass.
Sean Stott gets it out to center.
2-on-1.
Here's Brown and McLean, and over the line they go. There's the pass. Oh, and it's tipped by Brown. Tries to stuff it in, and he couldn't. Now here's Major. Look out! And he fired it over top the net. Cubs are having a field day in the Cap zone. They're just left wide, and Major just flattened his man at center, and then in turn he was knocked down. He's all tied up with Golak. Cap shooting it into the Cub zone, wide of the goal. Ooh. There's a centering pass. Scott knocks his man down. We got
Greg was getting tied up there, and you could see him getting more and more frustrated. Nothing was going on, and you know, he kept his cool, and finally he had enough, and he gave him a pretty good lick there in the corner, but I don't think that guy's going to want to touch the puck for the next little while.
But Cap will go on the power play here, trailing 2-0 with 7:18 to go in the first period.
To give Greg a little bit of credit there, he did, the guy was tying him up, tangling him up, tying him up, and you know, he held off and held off. You can hear the coaches yell, you know, forget about it, and when he got his chance, he gave him a lick.
So let's see what Cap can do with this man advantage. Bayou and over the line, he's flattened, and the Cubs take over, and here comes Krieger. Gibson dumping it back in, killing time. 1:38 left in the man advantage for the Flyers. They keep it in at the line momentarily here. There's 3 Cap players there. Krieger was in behind the Cap defense, but there's a centering pass. Loose puck in the slot area, and it's tipped out by Zafiris to center. Shellswell, big number 35. It's it up to Carrick. There's a long, high drive off the stick of Value, high and wide, and the Cubs will get it out easily. 1 minute left in the Cap power play, and still no pressure.
Well, they haven't registered a shot on the power play as yet. But they've only registered one, and that was a weak one from well out.
Yeah, that's right. Cap setting up now.
Cap certainly will have to do some, Coach Patwin is going to have to do some regrouping with this club when they go
I'll tell you,
intermission.
The Cubs are just too much for Cap right now. There's no doubt about that. Little Nero, back pass, Bergeron picks it up and over the line, trying to split the defense, knocked down, Cubs take over. Nero back in there though to take it away. Now here's Bergeron in the corner, he has a man in front, there's the pass.
Good try.
And Forte couldn't get the shot away, and that's it. The penalty is over, Cubs kill it off, but Cap's still in control. There's a quick shot right on, and that's the first real test for Strode, and he makes a nice save. Joyelle picking it up. Here comes Andy Burnham. Brevard, Major, and a save by Gendron. Joyelle, Major along the boards. Takes his man down. Castonguay just gets it out to center, Cap changing. There's Joyelle moving up, drops it back to Burnham. Andy Burnham letting it go up the goal post.
That's the 3rd goal post of the period.
Good wrist shot. Peterson. I don't know what it is about Kapuskasing, but they seem to have brought out the best in the Cubs tonight,
I'll
haven't
tell
they?
you, like it's the same with minor hockey. For some reason, Liskeard likes to beat Cap.
Yeah.
It's that,
This is one of the.
and it's good.
There's a shot right on, and a nice save by Strode, and it's cleared up the center. So Art
It's bred in
Strode.
them right from squared up, Jack. I think they want, you know, they're traditionally pretty good hockey centers, both. And you know, when it comes to tournament time, in a lot of cases they
end up
meeting each other, and so you've. That's another goal post right there.
There's 4 goal posts in the first period. There's a lot of there's 5 goal posts. Unbelievable.
3 for a quarter here. Holy snap!
You're gonna have to paint those nets again, Beer. All the paint's come off the posts.
You still but think about it. This could be a 7-0 lead right now.
It could be. Is that some sort of a record? 5 goal posts in a period?
It
By
seems
one
like a
hockey
lot.
team? By one team?
Nah.
Amazing. Cubs lead at 2-0 here with 3:15 to go. A very fast-paced period.
The Cubs right now are shooting cap 17-3 and plus 5 goal posts. So it really has 22 good scoring chances.
This is one of the quickest periods I've seen in here in a long time on a Friday night.
I think one of the keys is that there hasn't been a steady influx to the penalty box. So it's
It makes a big difference.
It certainly does, yeah. But I like to give credit. Daryl's done a pretty good job for us so far, but it hasn't been the type of game where you've had to call a lot of penalties either. Yeah. So it's been fairly wide open, fast pace, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Cap try and slow things down a little bit and try and get away from this type of game, because they'll never, they just can't match up with the Cubs if they're going to run and gun. They're going to have to start.
Well, they're going to have to start getting more shots on net if they want to do that.
Exactly, but more than anything, they're going to have to start picking up their checks a little bit, so that's and slow things down to a pace that they can handle them, because they're not going to beat the Cubs playing in a run and gun.
Well, they seem to do okay in the neutral zone, but once they get inside their own zone, the Cubs just take over and they get running around. The Cubs are getting a lot of good chances. Look out! Cleared into the Cub bench. Oh boy!
Big Al just had the big mid out there.
He was going to protect Danny. He said, "Don't worry, Coach. I'll knock that puck down." I was telling Danny before the game. He said, "Who's doing the game with you?" I said, "The Bears." So get ready for some comments about your hair or lack of it.
So I would never do that to a coach.
He said he was ready for you, though. He knew.
I am going to send him one of those Chia hair club for men. Chia.
Oh boy! Here come the Flyers trying to get on.
I shouldn't say too much because mine's in the same shape.
It's getting a little thin.
In fact, he might have a little more.
Looking for the hat trick. Again, that shot's blocked. Was high over top the net. Burnham pinned to the board. Puck was in behind the net. Shellswell gets it back again in the corner. 2:05 to go in the first. Cubs leading 2-0. Here comes Cap to center, and nice play by Major, and he was tripped as he went for the puck, and no call. Here's Krieger. Centering pass. Backed up the Flyers. Kapuskasing dropping it. Oh, and they
set it up nicely, but they just failed to
pass. Yeah. Here's Brown back the other way for the Cubs. Krieger and Zapiris. Krieger! Oh, and he missed. One off a stick.
Deflected by the...
Zapiris let it go. Gendra stopped that. Wrap around the 10. And that stays out. As soon as the Cubs get in that Cap zone, the Flyers just seem to fall apart. Gibson behind his own net.
Oh, that was a funny bounce. It came right back over the net.
Here comes Alexander dropping it to Joel. Trying to walk in there. Flyers break it up. Long pass up to Castonguay. That doesn't go anywhere. And here comes Brown. Rivard.
Oh, just
tried to
failed.
slide that through. Here comes Cap the other way. Long shot wide of the net. Kapuskasing picking it up, centering it. Right on Bade's stick. And Brown will get it up to center. Oh, Cap was changing there, and Alexander and Rivard. That puck would have been anywhere near them. Here's Brown trailing the play. Turns in the corner, has his stick lifted. And Bergeron comes away with it for Cap. Castonguay. Nero with him. Drops it for Nero. There's a pass. They score!
That was a beautiful goal.
Bergeron gets it. That was a beautiful goal. Nice
great setup by young Nero there. You know, he's got ice. That could be a big goal for Kapuskasing.
20 seconds left in the period, and that was only their fourth shot on that.
You know, and in all fairness to JR there, I mean, he had no chance at all on that. That was a beautiful setup by Nero there. He had no chance at all on that. But the unfortunate thing for the Cubs is that they thoroughly dominated this period right now, and they're only up by a goal.
Yeah, and like as you say, we'll have to see how that affects the hockey clubs. It might really lift Cap's spirits, and
the same token, though, I'm sure the Cap coaching staff are going to have to go in that dressing room and say, hey, guys, we can't play this type of game and expect you to come out of here with any points. We have to play a hell of a lot tighter checking than, and start forcing the issue a little bit, especially they were letting the Cubs come out of their own end at will.
What were the shots, Bear?
The final shots ended up 17-4 in favor of the Cubs.
And the Cubs
and 5 goal posts.
5 goal posts in that period. I don't know if that's a record, but it should be. Krieger's got 2 for the Cubs, Bergeron for Cap, and Bear and I will be back with the second period action right after these messages.
The War Amps, helping amputees since the First World War. Today, the War Amps meets the special needs of child amputees. CHAMP provides artificial limbs, financial assistance, counseling, support for parents, and a chance to meet other amputees. What about the future? CHAMP graduates will carry on the tradition of amputees helping amputees with your support of the Key Tag service.
Period 2, Jack Bourne with Rick Bear, Denise Crayford, and Andrew Ager. It's 2-1 for the Cubs. They dominated the first, out shooting Cap 17-4. They hit 5 goal posts, but it's close right now. But the Cubs looking to take it. There it is. A 2-goal lead, and they do right off the bat. Dave Brown.
Well, that's the way to answer back a late goal, is by going out in the start of the period and 15 seconds in, one.
And I just did the intermission on Cap Radio with Nob O'Donoghue, and one thing we talked about was Cap being very shaky in their own zone, and we just saw it there. What was Dave Brown doing, standing all alone in front of the net like that, untouched?
Any momentum that Cap had going into the intermission there was just gone. Gone right there.
Curtis McLean right off the face-off, knocked down. Offside at the Cub line. So Dave Brown, I don't know who got the assist on that one, but we'll wait for the official announcement. Very quick, 15 seconds into the period. It's 3-1 Cubs. If you look at a team that might be a much better team come the second half of the season as we head into the final couple of months, it's probably this team right here from Kapuskasing. They're already starting to make a bit of a move in the standings.
They certainly have. They've moved up right up. They're third place, and a solid third place right now.
Well, talent-wise, I think they're much more talented than Sudbury or the Sioux, for example, that we saw in here last week. But they've got their problems, no doubt about that. There's a long pass up. Gibson got caught. Oh, and just missing there with Chevalier with that shot. Low along the ice.
Cap is going to have to get bigger numbers on the back of their sweaters.
I think so, yeah. They're hard to see. They're hard to see those numbers. You know what would be nice if the league sat down someday and said, we're going to put names on the sweaters. Just for something to do. Make life easier for guys like us, eh, Brett? If they're as big as those numbers, I will.
You getting blinded your old age, Jeff?
It's a possibility.
I certainly am.
17 assists.
Curtis McLean got the assist on that, Brown. Thanks, Denise, for listening to that. We appreciate that.
That's why they pay her the big bucks.
That's it.
Face off.
She's not just a pretty face, Jack.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. She's many things to many people. Cubs keeping it in from the face.
We're not even going to touch that, Jack.
There's a centering pass, and picking it off there was Golan. Oh, that one took a funny drop on Stroni. Poor old Art standing down there for 10-15 minutes at a time, then he gets a shot like that. Krieger, he has 2 goals in this game, and he wants 3. Dumps it in behind the net. Miller, back to Bing, lets it go. Through a screen, wide, Caribs all the way around to the line. Joel will keep it in. Latuan around the boards for Cap. Vaughn can't get it out. Here's There's Safiris, look out! Oh, and it's a good thing that Gola got over and got a stick on that, or I think Gendron would have got out of the way of that one. 17:41 to go in the second. 3-1 Cups. Krieger with 2 in the first. Dave Brown here in the second. 15 seconds in.
We got Sudbury coming on Sunday afternoon,
Yeah, they're starting that game at 2 in the afternoon, so it can be over by midnight, right? Is that the whole idea behind
well,
that?
that might be. The last time they were in here, it seemed to be that long.
Well, Denise thought about going to get a couple of cots for us there, that we could spend the night.
Oh, that took a bad hop.
Look at the bouncing puck, and 3 Cubs taking whacks at that. Major. Tipping it in is Burnham. Brevard comes out in front. Alexander behind the net. Brevard out in front of Burnham. He's on his knees and he took
Good try.
Major gets it up to Sean Scott. Takes the pass onside. Nice pass to Brevard. Burnham chopping at the puck.
They're at the end of their good pass by Sean Scott.
Yeah, McLean and over the line. Oh, and Burnham shot it up over top the net.
And he was at the end of a shift there. He was pretty tired, but he still had a decent opportunity. But Sean Scott made a real heads-up pass to create that opportunity. And McLean put a nice feed on over to Burnham.
Well, the Cubs haven't slowed down any from the first period. They're still coming at Cap.
I'm actually impressed with the way the Cubs are moving the puck tonight. They're coming out of their own end well, and give them the credit. I'm sure they work a lot on it in practice and whatnot, but they seem to be coming out of their own end quite sharp right now.
Yeah, they seem to really want to play in this game, don't they? Sometimes you get the impression that they just like to maybe go sit down and do something else for a while, but tonight, right from the drop of the puck,
they are kids.
Very sharp. Yeah, you're right. Here's Brown, McLean. Ooh, hit a skate. Nero, trailing the play, gets it to Bergeron. Bergeron, and over the line, Kapuskasing. There's a shot right on. Stroni. Oh, Stroni took a stick from Seaman, and Seaman was going to the crease. I don't think he didn't mean to do it, of course.
That hey was Big Al. Trainer.
I don't think Al realized whose stick it was, though.
Hey.
He got a little excited there, didn't he? Is it possible for Al Roy to get excited?
Oh, I guess so.
Okay. No? Denise says no way.
No. Okay, I guess he wasn't excited.
There you go. Seaman on the boards. Scott to McLean. McLean's got Brown going to the net. There's a pass, and it was behind him. Seaman pinching in, and he got caught. Here's Bergeron.
3-on-1, 2-on-1.
Bergeron with Nero going to the net. Oh, nice play by Gibson to break that up.
Some bad luck there for Cap there. The third man in that rush lost his stick, so he couldn't
drop it back. Yeah, I know he wanted. It looked like he was looking back there initially, and then he had to throw it across, and Gibson read it all the way. Made a nice play.
Sebastian Castonguay was the one that dropped his stick. Yeah, they ordered the bench to get another one. By that time, he was out of the play. The Cubs have certainly been firing on all cylinders so far tonight.
They sure have, yeah. It's a very fast-paced game. And the Cubs are making it that way because they're just skating and playing hockey. They're staying away from all the baloney after the whistle. Here they come again, the Ferris!
Beautiful feed by Jeff Krieger there. Very unselfish player. He dishes off the puck quite well, and Tim, as you know, makes no mistake when he's in tight like that. He put her up shove, but give a lot of credit to Jeff Krieger on that play. He made a beautiful pass over to Timmy in the end.
3 points for Jeff Krieger in this game already. 2 goals and an assist.
Well, I would put him tied right now with the leader, Robin Boucher. Or we should say with the leader, Jeff Krieger now.
That's right, yeah. Boucher side with the...
That's right.
Oh, look out.
Right
that was a hot shot, and Stroni had to be sharp there. Sent it out front. There are no Cap players there. There's another shot. Oh, and again, Stroney had to be sharp. Centered in front to the line, and that's brought in and offside, so they'll clear the zone. And here come the Cubs again. So Pierce. Krieger. Centered. Look out. Puck's loose. They bang away at it, and it's cleared away. Kapuskasing again, having trouble in their own zone.
Here's Krieger.
Oh, he had the Pierce going to the net too. He just couldn't get it over there. He tried though.
Yeah.
Flipped high in the air.
Cap was just content on dumping it out.
Cubs trying to catch Cap changing.
Good breakout there by the Cap.
Bard, Alexander in front. Gendron clears it.
Burnham made a heads-up pass to Rivardo to break it.
Alexander's in front. Pass intercepted. Cap still can't get it out. Now, here's that break. Goal line going in. But he just couldn't catch up to it. He had it one hand on the stick and he tried to shovel it in, but 14:04 to go in the second. 4-1 Cubs. Krieger has two. Dave Brown and Pierce scoring here in the second for the Cubs. Cubs on an 11-game winning streak. Isn't that something?
Certainly is.
It's been a long time since they lost a hockey game.
And don't put the taboo on them now.
And Cap comes in here on a 2-game win streak. So that's the closest.
Well, actually, North Bay, who had that type of numbers as well, got beat this week by Sudbury 6-3 in Sudbury on Thursday night. Or on Wednesday night, I'm sorry.
See, and you know, when if you're ever wondering who's the better team, the Cubs or North Bay, I think just by those stats alone, you have to say the Cubs are, because the Cubs aren't losing games that they're supposed to win, and North Bay is. There's a backhand shot wide of the net.
They had one earlier in the season against East where they, you know,
it happened once.
Yeah,
where
you know, and we learned from that.
North Bay's been beaten by Rayside, they've been beaten by Timmins, and now by Sudbury, and that shouldn't be happening. McLean picking up that puck. Cap had a little pressure going there, but no goal, and here comes Brown. That's to the middle. Runs into a Cap player, down he goes.
He won't stop working there, Dave Brown.
No,
he's a
legs are
workhorse
moving
for
all
sure.
the time. Peterson, centered it. McLean for Pierce.
Dish.
Brown backhands it right on, and Gendron makes the save. 12:56 to go in the second. Cubs still leading 4-1.
Dave Brown certainly paid the price in front of the net, but he got a good shot off of it. Looking for a second goal of the night. And, you know, like Dave Brown fourth in the scoring right now, but I'll tell you, most of them are just through hard work and, you know, and desire. You know, he goes to the net hard and he comes to play on every night.
Remember watching Dave and his brother Craig last year. Here's Krieger up the face-off. Puck's loose.
Oh, whistle went. Oh, that came off it.
Yeah, Craig
Krieger had another good opportunity there for the third goal.
He sure did. Craig and Dave, similar last year, similar styles. They're very hard-working players.
This year, Dave seems to be getting rewarded for his hard work, so.
That's right.
There it is.
From the face-off.
Good shot right inside the goalpost. Good face-off from Krieger again.
That's his second here in a row in this second period, and it's now 5-1 for the Cubs. And you have to wonder, you know, this has been a pretty fast-paced, well-played game, and the score mounts like this. Yeah, what's going to happen here?
Certainly you don't want to give Timmy Safaris too much room in front of the net because he can snipe them with the best of them.
So Cap in a real hole here now, down 5-1 to the Cubs. Look out! Jake Gibson deflecting that right on goal. That's probably the best chance.
Jake was bigger. Well, look at you know, they're not getting any shots. Let's see if we can wake JR up here and give him a couple of shots.
You know, if this young goaltender for Cap General ever got some help, he wouldn't be too bad, would he?
No, he certainly
He's,
wouldn't. Like he's got a 4.5 average right now in the league, and you know, considering you know the type of lapses and whatnot that they've been going through tonight, you know, I mean, it's you know, it says a lot of him, because I mean he's kept them in this hockey game for sure.
First period especially, he was really good. Here come the Flyers, trying to get some offense going here. Down into the Cup zone it goes. Troyal knocks his man down. Penalty coming up here to the Cubs.
Penalty for tripping there. He stuck the foot out there.
Now that's only the second penalty in this game, if you can believe that. When's the last time you were able to say that at this point of a hockey game on a Friday night into Liskeard?
Well, Cap, we're going to have to try and see if they can get some puck movement here and do something on the power play to try and get back in this game.
Go to the power play, and they'll send out the big numbers. 88, 98. The wide receiver, the tight end. You've been hanging around with Mike McCarthy too long. Cubs get it out and down the ice right off the face-off. Oh, look out. We got a penalty coming up here to Kapuskasing.
There goes the power play. And that was just sheer hustle on Rebart's part. He made that penalty happen because he out-hustled the Cap guy to the box. And so much for that Cap power play.
Short-lived. That's their first penalty in the game.
Carl Fortan's getting the gate. That wasn't a good penalty to take at all. He Rebart just out-hustled him to the puck, and that's been more or less the story tonight. The Cubs have been beating Cap to the puck, you know, and you know, it's just like you tell young kids, you know, you're going to beat the team to the puck more often than not. You're going to, you know, you're going to win hockey games.
Andrew's over there laughing again. I have no idea. Right from the draw, Gendron has to smother. What's the problem there, big guy?
Bronco changed their sticks at the exact same point in the game.
Hey, you don't see that happen too often. So he picked that up. We missed that.
It's a new rule. It could be. You never know.
Yeah.
Trust me.
That's true, yeah.
They've got so many wacko ones now. Nothing would surprise me.
Batuan for the Flyers.
You know, you can whack guys with the hockey stick, but don't step over that line on the face-off. No,
That's right. Yeah,
don't step over that line.
There's Andy Burnham.
Oh, just missed.
Just missed. Andy showing his strength and his speed there. Back up the Flyers. They're having trouble standing up here at the line. Broken up by Major. Passes behind Burnham.
Cap are starting to take the body a little bit more now.
Sure
this game might
be very aggressive. Peterson turning away from his man. Another
Savardi and Spinorama.
Another young defenseman the Cubs with the Cubs this year that's played very well. Looks very
He's got a
mature
lot
out
of
there.
poise for a Bantam age defenseman. He's got a lot of poise, and I know that from coaching Rob, he works hard in practice all the time, and you know he's a pretty good kid. But you know he's got a good work ethic, and he comes to practice and he works hard all the time. People were surprised at the start of the year when to me it was no surprise at all. I thought right from day one that he had a good shot at making this club, and he did.
You know, people always ask us, who do you think will improve in this league as it goes on? I think the team that's improving every night out there is the Cubs.
Oh,
They're getting better every game.
They certainly are. Like I haven't seen him in a couple of weeks because we've been away at different hockey things and whatnot. And I can tell you, I'm impressed with the way that, especially the way that they've been moving the puck in their own end and breaking out. You know, there's a lot of one-touch passes and this type of thing. But you know, it's just it's a confidence level, I'm sure. But you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the coaches, Dana and Claude. I mean, they got these guys hopping.
Here's Seaman in his own zone. Got a couple couple of guys on, gets over to Gibson. Nice pass up to Curtis McLean. Knocked down. Sean Scott's there to pick up the loose puck. Scott in the corner.
2-point takedown, wasn't it?
Yeah. Centered it.
Joel's out of the penalty box, and the Cubs are on a short power play for 8 seconds.
Hey, well, that's all they need. And
Yeah,
the puck's
true.
in the cap zone. Paris, she has a couple of goals in this game.
You may be right here, Jack. Oh.
Look out. Krieger and Zafiris around that net. They're deadly. Knocked down with a high stick, and as soon as Cap touches it, we'll get a whistle.
Yeah, this period's clipping along as well. 9:42 left.
Well, we don't mind that. Not that we don't like coming here doing the games, we just don't like staying here till midnight.
Exactly.
Denise has got to get home before midnight. She turns into a pumpkin or something. Is that right?
Thanks, Jack.
You're welcome. You know, I hate to say this, but this is our last game before Christmas on Cable 12. Zafiris off a stick.
Well, okay, she'll turn into an elf then.
Yeah. Krieger. Oh, Zafiris was there too, and it was intercepted at the last second, but it's kept in. Amazing. The Caps just can't get out of their own zone.
They can't, and the Cubs are there's always a white sweater just in behind the Cap line there, and that's causing them fits.
When the Cubs are playing like this, there's nobody in this league that's going to beat them. No doubt about that. Cubs are using all of their weapons tonight. Their speed, their size, their passing's right on, and they're so aggressive.
They're certainly, they're playing very aggressively. They're very, aggressiveness, Jack, is 80% of this game. You know, the teams that are more aggressive are the teams that are going to do well. And I mean, it's not just at the midget level. I mean, it's at every level of hockey. And the more aggressive team is, there's a two-line pass again. You know, there's a situation where all he has to do is take a half a step, and that's not a two-line pass. You know, I'm sure Dan will talk to them about that. You know, these guys are hustling. They're playing very aggressive, and they're in their face steady. And I mean, when you put pressure on somebody, they're going to cough up the puck.
That's right, and it's happened tonight many, many times. Face off just inside the Cub line. You're hitting every last ounce out of that pop, aren't you? Look out, Cubs steal another one. Alexander
just
had a great chance there, just misfired on the shot. Tucked in behind that Cap goal, and Davenport comes loose. Here's Bergeron. Weak wrist shot on goal. Stoney's going to hang on, not take any chances.
Just over 8 minutes left in the period. Cap goes on for two home and home with Timmins this weekend, and as we talked about before, Sudbury's going to be in town for a rare Sunday afternoon game.
Yeah, that's not very often. Well, it's only usually once through the season the Cubs get 2 home games on a weekend. This is it.
It's certainly been impressive so far tonight, Jack.
They sure have. And they haven't.
There's a lot of hockey game left.
They haven't let up, you know. That's what's really,
right.
you know, I've seen them look good in different games, and then they slack off for a while and turn it on again. But here comes Major. He wants it on the action.
Oh.
He's going to do it. Oh, and he shot it over top the net.
Good try.
That was just sheer strength that got him through there. Bergeron. Here's Little Nero trying to make a move. Peterson takes him down.
Cup.
And he's going to get a penalty for it.
Well, the Cubbies are going to go on a power play here, and this is really their first opportunity. Their first.
Peterson took
Peterson. I thought that.
Thought Cap was going?
I thought Cap was going there. I stand corrected. You told them wrong, and I'm wrong again.
I don't think you have any trouble with being wrong, eh?
No.
You're like me. You've been wrong so many times now, you just get used to it after a while.
Water off a duck's back, Jack.
Shelswell from the point. That hit a couple of skates and sticks and went to the corner. Cap on the power play. I have no idea who this guy is, so I'm not going to say his name.
18.
He's not on my list.
I think it's Dennis Savard.
As I mentioned, they've lost a couple of players this week, and I think they've picked up somebody, and they haven't told us who he is. There's a long shot, they score! Holy macaroni. Chevalier sure let that go, didn't he?
Certainly did. For power play. 7:05.
So it's now 5-2 for the Cubs. The power play goal by Chevalier. He rifled that one a long way out, but it was a good shot.
And free chili.
And yeah, that's right.
Oh, we forgot to mention that in this free chili. That's it. Chili chat, chili chat.
Amazing, eh? I think that there hasn't been
They're gonna raise it up to
they're gonna
8
have
or 9 goals.
They're gonna have to.
If you come score 8 or 9, then we'll have free chili.
So the deal is you have to just take your ticket stub up to Wendy.
To Wendy's and
So it's 5-2 for the Cubs. Caps gets a power play goal here, and they try to come out, but
that's gonna be offside.
6:44 to go here in the second period.
It's a 5-2 hockey game, Jack, but it certainly isn't that way as far as like the territorial-wise, and it's just
it's been a Cub hockey game.
Exactly.
And let's not forget those 5 goal posts in the first period by the Cubs. That's amazing. I don't think I've seen them ever do that.
Especially in one period. You might see that happen over the course of a game. But to actually go, and on the one shift there was 3.
That's right, yeah, that's right. 3 in a row. There's Krieger. Right on. Gendron has to make a nice save. Send it into the crease, and he smothers up. Jeremy
I think
Miller.
you're starting to get rough now.
Here we go. Well, now Daryl Phaneuf should just toss these guys right now and get it over with. So 21 for Cap. Wimet. And I think that's going to be the night for both these guys. What do you think? 5 in the game?
Give them 2 weeks for delay a game.
Yeah. Miller. Jeremy Miller and Martin Wimet will both go 5 in a game.
See you later.
Is there going to be an instigator in this one, maybe?
No, I wouldn't think so.
No.
That was more a delayed game than a fight.
I think so. You're right. Okay, now there's no need for us to be standing here counting down the minutes here like we did a couple weeks ago. And let's just do it here.
Finally, I think he's probably going to give them meets the gate and see you later.
Yeah. 6:35 to go in the second. Daryl Phaneuf talking to Jeff Krieger
down the wall right now and telling
Fortet.
them, look at guys. So far it's been a pretty good hockey game. Let's stay away from that crap and let's go to town.
The door is open on the Cap side there. I don't know if the kid is just
I don't know whether he
playing
might
with
have
the
been
door.
getting
Yeah, I think they're getting
he might have been getting a 2-minute minor to begin with. Either that or, like you say, he did get the instigator.
He did. He did give them the extra 2 on this. So. Still nobody from Cap over in the penalty box. They don't want to send anybody over.
Short-handed. They might to fill the lines out. They might put Jonathan Seaman up forward there to give them a full complement of lines. So they got Jeff McGrain Frank is out serving the last game of his suspension, so right now that puts him down to 8 forwards. So imagine maybe one of the defensemen we move it up.
Peterson comes on the power play after all is said and done. Major's all tied up, spun around, and Cap gets it out to center. Peterson to Burnham. Brevard. Cap just killing time here on this penalty, shooting it down the ice. 1:30 left in the penalty. 6 minutes even left here in the second. Oh, slide 2.
That's a 2-line pass.
Look at Alexander running into Forte.
Here, pick that puck up, they would have been able to go along there.
Denise, you gonna be okay? Falling asleep up here.
There's a lull in the action there.
Yeah. Hockey always does that? Oh, I see.
I didn't hear you now. Do you know?
She likes to watch basketball because it's so exciting.
It is?
Oh, sorry. Volleyball. Here's Sean Scott. Can't control it. Bain. Gets it back to Gibson. Comes on the power play here for the next minute. Scott gets it to McLean and over the line. Cubs now trying to set up. McLean drops it back. Gibson pinches in, but he can't keep it in. It's cleared out and down the ice by Golan. Golan had Bain all tied up. Almost stole it away, but here come the Cubs. Brown looking in front. And get it back to Bain at the point. Back along the boards to Dave Brown. Brown to McLean, back for Brown. Hit a stick, comes to the line, and kept high in the air, and it bounces out to center. 24 seconds left in the Cub power play. Jindraw's going to play it behind the net. Here's Curtis McLean all alone in front. And Scott couldn't get him the puck. Castonguay scores! Well, that was a shocker.
It was a good shot.
Short-handed.
Strony going the opposite way, and he put it right along the ice inside the goalpost. So all of a sudden, that's still actually a short-handed goal.
Yeah, it was,
There's 1 second left in the penalty. The 4:36 left. That brings the score to 5-3, Jack, and
makes it interesting again.
It certainly does. You know, even though they've been dominated, they're still, within striking distance here, and maybe that's why they're in 3rd place right now, is because they're a team that doesn't give up. They keep coming at you and keep plugging away, and all of a sudden you turn around and you look, and even though you've been dominating the game, you're only up by a couple of goals. So.
And as you said on that goal, he caught Strony going the other way and threw it back the other way. That happens.
And early, throughout the whole game, that's probably the one time the Cubs were a little bit listless as far as moving the puck and whatnot. They had the man advantage, but there was really no puck movement at all. And, all of a sudden Cap comes up and capitalizes.
Here they come again. Bergeron trying to work his way in. He stays with it. And he threw it right past the Castonguay, who was standing at the side of the net. Oh!
Right now, Cubs look to be a little bit on their heels.
Zafiris running into his man at the line. Here comes Joel. Lets it go right on. Jindra the save. And it's cleared away. Castonguay comes up with it. Tries to get it up to Nero and does. Nero chasing it into the Cub zone. Can't get by Seaman, who throws it back down the ice. 3:30 left here in the second. 5-3 Cubs. Chevalier and Castonguay have scored here in the second for Cap. Brown and Zafiris with 2 on the
Right now the Cubs are shooting Cap in the second period 12-9, but it's a lot closer than it was in the first period, where Cap only mustered 4 shots on goal. The Cubs were a little bit on their heels there a little bit after that goal there, but
well, that I don't think I ever remember the Cubs going up 5-1 in the game and having a team come back like that on them. It's usually they stretch it to 7-8, 9-1, and then the team will score a couple. So kind of caught them by surprise. Rivard touches the
One of
puck
those
outside.
games, though, like when you dominate a team and you, I mean, they're certainly outplaying them, and they've got their, you know, they've got the 5-3 lead, but you know, you always say to yourself, you know, those missed opportunities come back to haunt you sometimes, you know, and then, you know, if you let a team get back into it, it's, you know, you can get yourself in trouble by not capitalizing on the chances that you get.
Shellswell, number 35. That kid's got to be about 6'5" on skates, isn't he? He's huge. Play at center. Off the stick of Chevalier. Right in front of the Cap bench. They battle for it.
Oh,
And
there's a
Vernon.
breakaway.
He had a little trouble with it and couldn't get loose. Then he fell. And here come the Flyers back the other way. Burnham back checking, trying to break it up. Oh, and
Good hit by Gibson.
took his man out of the play, and here come the Cubs. Rivard, nice move. Held up just enough for Cap to steal the puck away, and they're just going to dump it to center. Gibson throws it right back in. Here comes Dore in over the line. Weak shot on goal, and Stroni will cover it up. 2:03 left here in the second. 5-3 for the Cubs. Cubs led 2-1 after the first period. Opened up a 5-1 lead here in the second.
All of a sudden it's 5-3, and just a little bit back on their heels. I mean, it's just a matter of regrouping. You know you've dominated the game so far, but you know they're on their heels a little bit, and Cap are starting to pick up the pace a little bit right now. But I'm sure when they go back in the dressing room, the coaching staff will settle them down and say, "Hey boys, let's relax and do the things that got us here." Whoa, that came out the other side.
That almost went in. That was a hot shot off the stick of Patuan.
It went by Art, but then it went out the other side of it. That was an odd
The Cubs
shot.
are fortunate there. It could be a one-goal game. One thing Cap's always had over the years is good offensive talent. And
Yeah, they've
we've
always
seen
been able to score goals.
Major, can he get up to McLean? Here's Brown in over the line, dumps it into the corner. Centered out in front, puck high in the air, knocked down. McLean on his knees trying to keep it in, but it's taken away. Nice play by Bain to break that up. Here comes Kapuskasing cutting in, and a nice save there by Stroni as he got the glove hand out there to steal it away. That was a key save right there for the Cubs.
You know, with a minute 26 left to make that and made it 5-4. Look out, man. Cap seems to have tightened up a lot in their own end, and they seem to be working a little bit harder right now. And the Cubs just have to get back to that aggressive forechecking style that was so successful for them in the first period. In the first period, they were in their face, they are aggressive on the puck, and they seem to be hanging back a little bit right now at this point of the game. So it's just a matter of getting back to doing the things that got them the lead in the first place.
There's the Pierce. Look out, he just flattened his man DeWitt. Knocked him flying into the boards.
He says, hello.
Maybe that'll wake up the team again and get him going.
There's
Look out,
another hard hit.
He's thrown his weight around. There's a hot shot by Gibson and a nice save by Jedron.
Well, sometimes that's the type of play that you need there. You know, wake it up, I'll tell you. Welcome to the Great North Midget League. There was 2 heavy-duty body checks by Timmy Safaris, and he could throw them with the best of them, man.
Yeah, he sure threw a couple good ones there.
He certainly did, and you can bet your boots that the next time that guy's got the puck on his stick, he's going to be looking for freight train 14.
I think there's about 15 guys on the bench that saw that. They're going to be looking. That sends a message, doesn't it? We'll see how that affects the Cubs here if they get.
Let's see if they pick up their pace a little bit, man.
Oh, look out.
This is a 2-on-1
Nero.
here. 2-on-1.
Got a man going to the net. There's the pass. And a nice play by Joel to break that up. Now centered again. Kapuskasing taking a whack at it, and he couldn't get a stick on it. Back come the Cubs. Krieger. Cutting to the net. Oh, he's hooked down. There's going to be a penalty here. No doubt about it.
Certainly is that. had a good little burst of speed there and broke around that defenseman, and the defenseman had no choice but to pull him down, but he certainly got the stick up high, up on his head. And
46 seconds left here in the second. The Cubs will go on the power play, leading 5-3. So see if they can.
Let's see if they can muster up a little more offense than they did. The last power play, they seemed just a little bit listless, and Cap actually ended up scoring a shorthanded goal on it. So hopefully, for the Cubs' sake, they can start a little bit more puck movement, get hard on the puck carrier, and go to the net.
And the big boys are out there. Krieger and Zapiris. John Scott out there on the power play with them. I like that. I like that line. Krieger. Zapiris. Oh, what a save! Oh, 2 saved by Jedron. Doesn't get any better than that.
Jimmy, I'm sure, would like to get both of those chances back.
That's goaltending.
Another great setup by Krieger again, and Tim was wide open, and Tim didn't waste any time. He made 2 good shots. He got the rebound, he shot her again, and to give full credit to goaltender Generon, because I mean he certainly came up with 2 game saves right there.
2 amazing saves. 36 seconds to go in the period. Cap trying to get it out here, and they will, and they got a 2-on-1. Nero. There's the pass, and off the heel of the stick, and the Cubs will come back the other way.
25 seconds left.
Here's Scott. He's got Zapiris going to the net. There's a shot. Oh, a nice save by Jedron. 18 seconds to go in the period. Zapiris works his way out in front, and Jedron will cover up with 13 seconds to go in the period.
The Cubs have certainly had a little bit more life in the last 30 seconds here than they have actually the last half of the game. The last half of this period, the Caps seem to be taking a little bit more of the pace, but on this power play, the Cubs have had a couple of good opportunities, and that'll probably bode well for them in the third period.
Here's Zapiris, look out! Oh, what a save by Gendro! And that'll do it for the period, and the Cubs come oh so close to getting that 6th goal. Big-time goaltending by number 30 in the Cap net. Shots to Barrett.
18-12 in favor of the Cubs for a 2-period total of 35-16. So they've doubled them in shots on goal. But if not for the stellar work of Gendron in the Cap net, this score could be a lot higher. And not to mention the 5 posts in the first period.
But it's a close game. 2-goal lead for the Cubs as we head to the second intermission. And Rick and I will be back with your third period right after this.
This is Megan of the War Amps Child Amputee Program. She lost her arm in a car accident. How would you feel if you had been the driver who hit her?
Let's all drive safe.
A message from the War Amps Drive Safe program.
Underway. Jack Moran with Rick Barron, Andrew Ager, and Denise Crayford. Cubs have a 5-3 lead in this game. But they are on the power play for
another minute, Jack.
And we should congratulate little Mark Shaw, who hit the $100 on the score between the second and third period. Dead center.
Good timing, right at Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm sure his dad will let him keep the money provided he gives him a present.
That's right. Spend at least half on Dad for a Christmas gift. Here's Brown. In over the line. Drops it back to McLean. Back for Brown. He has a little trouble along the boards with it. Gets it back again. Now he's checked. Here's Gibson. Back along the boards for Brown. Overskates the puck. A little bit of water out there. Puck sticking to the ice. Here's McLean centering for Scott. Loose puck. And the net comes off, so we get a stoppage. 13 seconds left on this Cub power play.
Cubs were moving the puck around really well, but Cap was keeping them outside. So. And the Krieger line's coming back up. They got Jonathan Seaman playing, like we said, mentioned earlier, Jonathan Seaman's playing in place of Jeremy Miller on that line. So they'll go with 5D for the rest of the game.
It's been a long time since we've seen a game this close at this point of the third period. I think the North Bay was in.
The scoring-wise, it's been close, but, the game itself hasn't been that close. Cap has been dominated.
Missed opportunities by the Cubs. There's Safaris. Gets it to the net, but Gendron covers it up.
Back on even terms now, Jack, with 18:38 left in the third.
Cubs have a busy weekend next weekend. They have Timmins in here on Friday, then head to the Sioux for a couple of games. That dreaded trip out to the Sioux, eh?
They must get her before the bad weather comes.
Well, it was about this time last year they got caught out there in the snowstorm.
It's tough to win in the Sioux, you know. They play a physical brand of hockey, and the officiating seems to let things go. There it is. There's
What
a
a
hat trick
shot.
for Krieger.
Boy, did he rifle that.
He picked that one. And in fairness to Gendron, he didn't have too much of a chance on that. He
Sure did. And you know,
There's the hat trick.
again, you have to wonder, you know, we're standing here for doing this. How did Krieger get so open? And how was he allowed to wind up like that? And it wasn't a power play goal because the penalty was over. And that seems to be Cap's biggest problem as we analyze them, is they just fall apart in their own end at times, and guys are standing wide. Not at all. So here's a game they come in. They come into the third trailing by 2 that they don't have no business being in, and they're going to let it, by the looks of it, let it slip away on them. But credit to the Cubs for bouncing back and scoring the first goal of the period, as they did in the second right off the bat, too.
Krieger's definitely jumped in the lead now, the scoring lead. Oh, there's a hard hit. Stephen Alexander. Bodies were flying, nets were flying.
Water bottle.
Water bottle was flying. Stephen was flying.
It hasn't been an overly physical game, but there's been some good body checks thrown.
There has been some decent checks for sure, Jack. That's the type of game when you have a fast-paced skating game like that, it usually is highlighted by a few good hard checks rather than just the overall mucking and banging in the corners. You know, you see a few more of the open ice hard hits.
Cubs keeping it in. So Zafiris and Seaman get the assists on that goal. 17:51 to go in the third. 6-3 now for the Cubs.
So Krieger with 3 goals and an assist there certainly jumped out in the Great North Midget League scoring race.
And we've got to remind you got to pick 3 Cubs stars, and I would think that he's probably on the list already. And Zafiris is probably on the list. He's been very physical tonight and scored a couple of goals.
You go down the lineup tonight, Jack. I mean, I think they've had a number of good players, especially that first period. They came out flying in that first period.
They sure did. Well, there's no doubt that Cubs set the tempo of this hockey game right off the bat. Alexander chasing it against Shellswell and takes him down.
Gets away with a little trip there.
Yeah, I think we all sort of waited for the arm to go up, but it didn't happen. Big Andy Burnham in there using his size. Bergeron. Round behind the net to Doré. Cleared out by Castonguay. Stroni way out of the net to clear the puck to center.
The Cubs were almost caught for too many men on the ice there.
Hustling in
The plan was
there.
wise not to play that puck.
Golem battling behind the net with Peterson. There's a shot. And Stroni had to come up with a nice save, and the net's pushed off, so we'll get a face-off.
Peterson was tied up in front of that net there, and it looks like there was double minors with each of them going for roughing after the whistle. Greg Major and 16 here Golan for Cap, so it'll be just coincidental minors here.
the right of Art Stroney. You didn't know that Rick sings today when he's not doing hockey, he's a singer? Drop by Sam's place.
They learn on a Friday night.
Karaoke Rick, they call him. Here's Dave Brown along the boards, tipping it. McLean helps it along. McLean can't do anything with it. Yeah, here's Brown and McLean. McLean going to the net, and he's dumped. Cap again in their own zone into trouble. Now here's Scott. That one off his skate. Brown turns. Oh, and Sean Scott was there.
Just failed to play.
There's a sharp angle shot and a save. Penalty coming up to Cap.
Oh, he just got himself a 10-minute misconduct too. Carl Fortan got the roughing penalty and decided to
getting into it with the fans. Look out.
I thought there was a mother going to come across the floor. A good place to stand. We got a camera directly behind the goal. Oh, Cubs are going to have a 4-minute opportunity here.
So he got
sportsmanlike guy.
So no, he got 4 minutes. He didn't get a 10 then, probably. Or did he get a 10? Or was it just a 4?
I thought he mentioned he motioned a 10, but
it looked like it. Yeah, it's probably just the unsportsmanlike. A 4-minute power play for the Cubs. They lead at 6-3. Stroney will play it for Gibson. Behind the net. Gets it up to Severes. Here's Seaman. And over the line. Nice
nice move.
Walks in, lets it go.
Score!
Beautiful move.
There's 3:16 left there, so there's still going to be another full 2-minute advantage here until the Cubs are.
Nice move by Seaman.
Certainly made the best of his chance of moving up to on the wing on that big line there, and he made a beautiful move at the blue line to get around the defenseman and made no mistake once he got in tight. Good pass from Timmy Severes to put him in the clear.
Andrew's laughing again, Bear. I don't know. Are we gonna have to? Is there some gas up here? Laughing gas? Oh.
Okie dokie.
There may be gas up here, but it's not laughing.
Joke.
It's not laughing.
Inside joke, not television.
Okay.
This could be dueling gas.
Jonathan Seaman, a nice goal there, a nice move, and Gendron got a piece of it, but it got in behind him. A power play goal. It comes still with the man advantage for the next 2 minutes. Here comes Rivard. He's hauled down. And it's knocked down with a high stick. Minute 28.
That's Jake Gibson's assist of the game too, so there's another had 3 assists so far tonight.
I think the key, Rick, as you mentioned early in the game, for the Cubs side, they've been very aggressive. That word's so important, and they've all night long. Peterson. Gets it up to Rivard and over the line. One hands it back to Burnham. He can't control it, and the Flyers don't get it out. Burnham will keep it in.
Made a good play there. Big long reach kept that biscuit in.
Burnham behind the net, looking in front. Cubs with the man advantage here. Puck bouncing off the boards, coming right to the Cap player, and down the ice it goes. Goes, big Shellswell. Getting rid of it.
55 seconds left in the penalty, Jack.
Bayou couldn't control it. Cubs, Bain at the line will keep it in. Sean Scott. Scott looking in front, dumps it off to McLean. Back to the point to Alex Bain. Curtis McLean. To Scott, back on front.
Oh, beautiful try.
And I think Gendron got a piece of that, but that was a beautiful play.
Good puck
Peterson.
movement by the Cubs.
Look out, they score! Dave Brown. Another power play goal. Somebody just got a 10 that time.
That's number 10. He's gone. Forte certainly isn't helping his team out right now, Jack. He just cost them a 4-minute power play that gave them 2 goals, the Cubs, and now he just got himself another 10. So, I mean, certain coaching staff at Cap are going to have to sit this young lad down and have a good talking to. That's Dave Brown's second goal of the game as well. There's a lot of guys that are in line for the 3 stars here tonight, Jack.
Yeah, it's always tough, it seems. Another 8-goal effort by the Cubs. So this game that had moved along so nicely is starting to slow up now here in the third period with lots of penalties, and it's my fault because I jinxed them, right, Andrew? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Here comes McLean. Look out, blocked at the line. DeWitt offside, and he takes a hit from McLean, goes flying. Number 6, DeWitt, has been nailed a couple times tonight. Safiris got him once, almost put him through the boards. Of course, he's done that to a few guys this year, hasn't
he? Of course, he's wondering what he did to he deserved this, Jack. Just wearing that blue sweater, I'm sure, was enough.
Yeah. Fires it in around behind the net, stopped by Stroni. Cleared up, look out in the crowd. People scattering.
Curtis McLean and Rob Peterson picked up the assist on that tally.
So the Cubs have 2 power play goals in this game. Kapuskasing with 1 power play goal and 1 shorthanded goal. It was close coming into the third, but the Cubs are starting to run away with it. Leading 8-3, DeWitt. Shots blocked, here comes Krieger.
Here's Safiris again.
Safiris going to the net, going in. Oh, what a save by Gendron.
I tell you, those 2 are working well together.
They sure are. Just flying.
Jeff Krieger's got eyes all over the place because he can just put, he just knows when Tim's breaking, and you know.
Well, one thing that's not a problem with this Cap team is goaltending.
Oh,
this kid's
stellar goaltending tonight. If it weren't for the work of Gendron in between the plates for Cap, I mean, it could easily be double digits right now. I mean, it's close as it is, but
yeah.
I mean, the Cubs are thoroughly dominated.
Here come the Flyers. Quick shot, blocked in front. Bond letting that go on the drop pass. Comes to the line and out. And here's
there
a
they go again,
for the Cubs. Krieger and Safiris. There's the pass. And Timmy misfired a bit there, and the puck fluttered up over top the net.
Well, you can see why these 2 guys are up 1-2 in the scoring area.
Here comes Seaman. That's a goal. Look out. And Gendron's got it. The last time that happened, they got by him, but he...
Good hard wrist shot.
He's having trouble with Seaman shots in this game.
Well, we got 12:32 left, Jack. 8-3 to score, and That line has certainly been getting their opportunities tonight. Right now, the Cubs are shooting Cap 9-1 in this period.
From the face-off, Cap playing it along the boards. Big number 88, Michaud. Gets it out.
18, we don't know who he is.
No, there's no 18 on this sheet. And I went to the coach before the game and went through all the names of them, and he never mentioned the number 18 to me.
It's a secret.
Rivard right in! And somehow that stayed out. Here's Peterson. Blasting one, and he missed the net with it. Puck caroms all the way out to center, down into the Cubs zone where Greg Major picks it up. Over to Peterson. Trying to get a handle on it and get it up to Burnham. Here's Burnham in the slot. Good, let it go.
Good shot.
And a nice save by Gendron, kicking it up over the glass. Good play by Andy there to try and fool the goalie, get him going the wrong way.
Going the wrong way, yeah. Now they might have to up that chili chant up a little bit here.
Yeah. I always want.
Hasn't seemed like to be any problem getting the 5 goals.
Never has. No, I think maybe it was maybe one game against North Bay they didn't do it. They lost 4-2 or something, wasn't it? That was maybe the last time that was a long time ago, wasn't it?
I don't remember that.
That was about 12 games ago.
12 games ago, yeah.
Cap getting it up to center. Here they come, a 2-on-2 situation. Got a Paytuck in over the line. Lets it go right on, and Stroney.
Sean Scott did a good play. Greg Major pinched in the chair and keep the puck in. Sean seen this and came back and you know, made that a 2-on-2 instead of a 2-on-1 on the defense there. So like even though the score is 8-3, Sean knows his you know, responsibilities in his own end and whatnot, and he did a good job of covering up for Greg on that play.
So a face-off in the Cub zone to the left of Stroney. Cap wins it. There comes a shot from the point. That got through, but missed the net. DeWitt throws one on goal, bouncing puck. Bergeron taken down. Picked up there by Carrick, trying to come out in front. He stopped. And Dave Brown picks it up. Brown hustling to center. And over the line he goes to the corner. Has the puck taken away. McLean gets it back to Bain. There's the shot. Off the side of the net. Brown behind the net it goes. Sean Scott hustling over there. Bumps with Patuan. Here's McLean coming right out in front. And he shot right at Gendron. And again you wonder, how did Curtis McLean...
Cub players just walking out on their own there, and the Cubs just don't seem to be picking these guys up. And, you know, it's certainly what's killing them. Like, come playoff time, Cubs are certainly going to have to tighten up in their own end and start picking up some of these players that are going through, if they have any hope of, you know, advancing. The other teams seem to be improving. As we said, we talked about before, Sudbury had beaten North Bay this week and whatnot, so, you know. Yeah,
come playoff time, things are getting a lot more physical, a lot tighter. Here's McLean trying to tee one up, had a little trouble with it. It's a back, there's a shot right on. Gendron kicks that away. Castonguay. It's the return pass. Oh, nice play by Stroney to poke that away, because I think Bergeron would have had himself a goal. Shelswell.
We have about 10 minutes left in the period, Jack.
Dore puts it right on the stick of Joyelle, who gets rid of it. Here's Sean Scott for Joyelle. He's checked at center. Bergeron beating it up. Nero in over the line, and Alex back checking there by Bain.
Alex did a good job of getting back and getting that puck.
Bain up to Krieger. Bounces one in. That's broken up. Bond coming back the other way. Throws it over to Vayu. Golak can't do anything with it, and the Cubs will come away to Pierce. Long pass up to Krieger. That's stopped. Gibson following up on the play. Drops it to Krieger. To Zafiris. Back for Krieger. Couldn't catch up with it. He gets it back to Major. He's going to tee one up and right on. Nice save by Gendron. Stood his ground, made the save.
The cannon-eating bro.
Not too many goalies in this league will stand there and face that, and he did. Cleared into the crowd. 8:54 to go in the hockey game, and it's 8-3 for the Cubs. I guess I shouldn't say in the game because
Regulation time.
regulation time. I guess it is possible for Cap to come roaring back and send it into overtime.
Okay.
You're not going to bet your paycheck on that one, eh? But I was just trying to be politically correct. Did I do good?
You did a fine job,
Thanks,
Jack.
Bear. Here's that unknown hockey player again with the puck.
I think it's Dennis Savard.
It's a good thing he hasn't done anything tonight. Here.
Actually, I wish he would, so then we'd find out who he
that's
was.
right, yeah. They'd have to announce his name.
The unknown comic.
Michaud. In over the line with Chevalier. Cubs just get rid of it. Down the ice it goes. And the goaltender will play it. He figures, what the heck, let's get this over with.
Krieger's lurking about there, and goalie want no part of him.
Chevalier couldn't catch up with that pass. Cubs in control again. Around the boards it goes. Peterson has to go off his stick. Man right on him. And Burnham will pick it up. Burnham getting it over to Alexander. Drops it back.
Look out,
Got a
there's a
fade duck.
breakaway.
We've got a breakaway. Kirk going in. And a nice
good
save
stop.
by Strone.
Hart made a good stop on that. Played him right. Stood his ground, Jack.
Ken Carrick had the break. And Strone beat him. Burnham, Rivard. Here's Rivard letting it go.
Well, the linesman just went down. Things are starting to get
Here
a
we
little
go.
rambunctious here now.
Some good pace in the last couple minutes of this game, end to end. Some good chances. And Art Strone coming up with a nice save.
He stood his ground on 11 there, Ben Carrick, and he made a good shot, but Art stood his ground and made a good block save.
Well, after all that noise and confusion, no penalties.
Yeah, no, 7:23 left, Jack. 8-3 Cubs.
Jeff Krieger, the hat trick here tonight to lead the Cub attack. Tim Zafiris has a couple of goals. Dave Brown has a couple. Seaman with the other. Cubs have hit 5 goal posts. They did that in the first period. And they're totally out shooting the Cap in this one. As they jam the net again. Big pile up there in the crease. And that was just fired up over top of the net. Bergeron trying to catch up to the puck. Bain beats him to it, gets it to Major. That pass got by everybody, and that will be icing.
With 6:50 left, yeah.
Well, for about a period and a half, the Cubs just totally dominated this game in every department.
Yeah.
Were aggressive and then kind of let up a little bit. Cap got back in it for a while, then the Cubs turned it on again, and now they just seem to be kind of, you know.
They're out shooting Cap right now at this point of the third period, 15-3. So right now it gives the Cubs 50 shots on goal, and weren't for the work of the Gendron and net, I tell you.
The score would be a lot higher.
Like a football game. Nice pass.
Here's Sean Scott. Bumped along the boards. Dave Brown. Brown trying to center it. Gibson lets it go, and Gendron had to stop that.
Gibson's had a good game as well. He's had 3 assists so far tonight.
Joyelle dumps it back into the corner, and Gibson will try to pick it up. He overskates it. Gibson again, in behind the net. It's it up to Dave Brown. Hustling in over the line. Every time you come to a Cub game, you always remember Dave Brown, don't you?
Well, he's a hard-working kid. I mean, he could be a star most nights, Jack. Just a work ethic alone. I mean, he comes to play every night.
There's a hot shot that Stroney had to be quick on. Some of these Cap guys can fire that puck. Look out as number 19 popped it over top the net. This big number 98 in the corner battling there now. Chevalier can really rifle the puck. We're going to have penalties here.
5:32 left, and referee Finuff is going over the penalty boxes. One Cap door is open, holding.
And that'll be it. By the looks of it, or is Joel's going to go?
Joel's getting the gate as well.
5:32 to go in this hockey game, and the Cubs have an 8-3 lead. And as I said earlier, this is our last game before Christmas, so we'd like to wish everybody out there
wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year. We'll be back on the 4th. And a Bah Humbug.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. And we'll be back on the 4th of January when North Bay comes to town. That'll be our next game. That's a great way to start the new year, isn't it, with North Bay in town? That doesn't mean the Cubs don't play, folks. Timmins is in next week, so get out and support them.
Sudbury's in on Sunday afternoon.
That's right.
Of course, by the time you see this,
that'll be over with.
You'll know what the score is.
I believe it's Timmins and Rayside the next two Fridays. I could be wrong on that Rayside game. Here come the Cubs. Seaman, whoa, that came off the boards funny and right into the crease. Gendron had to make the save as we wind this thing down. Well, when you look back on 1996, it's been very good to the Cubs, hasn't it?
Certainly has.
Going back to January 1st of last year.
Winning the Air Canada down in Waterloo, and winning the league first of all, and then winning the Air Canada and whatnot. And they certainly, haven't let up in this season as well. I mean, they've certainly been a dominant team this season.
And of course, people talking, the Cubs, the talk of the town, and people comparing this team to last year's team. And I think it's a bit unfair to try to compare them because I don't think the league's quite as strong this year as it was last year. So.
Well, it's a two-team league.
It's basically as opposed to last year when it wasn't.
North Bay and the Cubs pretty well, distance themselves from the rest of the league. But give the Cubs credit, I got to tell you, there's not many teams that got the firepower that this team's got. I mean,
no doubt.
They can certainly put the puck in the net in this team.
I don't like to compare, though, and a lot of, it's just natural for people to do that. What that team accomplished last year was under a totally different set of circumstances than what this team's going up against. So here comes the Flyers trying to get at least one more goal, but Stroney makes a heck of a save, hauling that down, and looks like he hurt himself a little bit. And Jeff Krieger also. Safaris getting into it with Chevalier. Chevalier gave it to Krieger over along the boards here. And I was watching Stroney because he was getting up very slow. And he's flexing his left leg.
He got the stick from Chevalier and went unnoticed by the referees. But,
Safaris came over
Safaris took exception to the fact that he got away with it and more or less stuck up for his teammate and said, hey, if you're going to do that, pal, you're going to have to deal with me. With an 8-3 lead, as much as you want to keep your players disciplined, I mean, he was sticking up for a teammate there, and the teammate definitely got Krieger got the stick, and Tim, like I said, took exception to it, and took a little bit of a shot to. That will be the only one down.
Yeah,
that's right.
Looks like spearing. Somebody got a spearing.
Maybe somebody did. He actually
Chevalier got
He caught the spear.
So that would be a 5.
Unless he called it a double minor. We haven't seen nothing come up on the board yet, but. This possible a double minor. By the looks of it, though, he's looking at the back of the sheet there right now. So I'm assuming that's a 5-minute penalty for sparing, which would be the game.
And at this point of the game, if you get a 5-minute, would you have to sit a game?
He's going to sit anyways. The 5-minute spare. Yes, it is a 5, Jack. A 5-minute spare would bring an automatic 3 to 4 game suspension. So right off the bat.
So that's Mario Chevalier who got that. So the linesman saw it obviously and told the ref, and so he's heading over to the penalty box now. But obviously, so it's not a game. It's not 5 in a game. It's just a 5-minute spearing penalty.
Oh, I think he's going.
Oh yeah, he.
Yeah, he's getting the gate. There he goes. Shower power. So Chevalier, he'll be missed out of the cap lineup for a couple of games after that.
And he, again,
for the first 2 minutes, it's going to be even Steven then, but the Cubs will go on a 3-minute power play once the Ferris penalty is.
Again, I wonder why these breaks take so long, though. You know, I mean, is it that confusing that we have to stand around and discuss this after every penalty? And I think that's something that the officiating crew's got to get together. Maybe the league should work on speeding up the games a little bit. I know if you were a ref in Bear, they wouldn't be talking to you about it, would they?
No, it's time to go home, boys.
Yeah.
I'll be home by 11.
That's right. The wife's got to go to work.
Mama's working night shift tonight.
Got to get home.
Nice pass by Andy.
Oh, nice shot there. And Gendra got a glove on that. Burnham doesn't know where the puck is. Burnham battling along the boards.
Burnham will be getting the gate.
Penalty.
He'll be getting a double now. And he just picked up a high sticking penalty.
So a game that started out with very few penalties is picked up there.
Of course, when you
as
get,
time's gone on.
a game that's 8-3 and you've been dominated, it tends to get that way a bit, Jack. With 3:27 left, and Cap will go on the power play now.
And here they come on the attack. Get over the line. Bergeron scores! He blasted that one.
Well, that power play didn't take long, 8 seconds enough.
Down the wing, and he cranked her home.
There's 8-4, 3:19 left.
Now we got a bench minor to Cap. And some more.
Bench minor to Cap now, so that's going to take a little bit more time. He's going to decide who he's going to put in the box. Now the Cubs will go on the power play.
Yeah. It'll be a 4-on-3 now for the Cubs. There'll be lots of open ice there. I guess they've got nowhere to go. I think they're staying here tonight, so. anything else to do. Here comes Robbie Peterson, carrying the puck up the ice, drops it to Dave Brown. Brown, dragging the puck, gets it over to Peterson to Major, back to Peterson. In front of
good
Scott,
try.
look out! Oh, and Dave Brown just couldn't get his stick on the rolling puck.
Good pass by Rob Peterson to Sean Scott there.
Brown turning, intercepted. And here comes Cap. Dore. Bergeron, shot right on, and the save by Stroni. Dumped into the corner. Peterson up to Greg Major, makes a move at center, and Cap player caught just enough of him. Here's Major, blasting one, loose puck in front, and Brown shot it wide. He's going for the hat trick. Peterson, Major, back to Peterson. Here's Major again, cranks one, and he shot it wide. And the Flyers will bring it out to center. Dore, long shot, run goal from center ice. 1:55 to go.
Greg Major just got it too. We're starting to get a few penalties here now.
We'll move back, Jack.
I don't know how good these mics are, but did you pick that up pretty good, did you?
1:46 left in the period, Jack. And it'll be a 3-on-3, which you don't see too often.
No, lots of room out there.
Yeah, lots of room, sure.
Lots of room out there now, folks. Too bad there's only a minute and a half left in the game. Shellswell in over the line. Big number 35. I think
We've
if
got
I was
three defensemen out in the ice for the coach right
if
now.
I was Kapuskasing, I'd have a little bit better skaters out there than what I've got. I mean, they've got.
Burnham's back on the ice now, so it's a power play for the Cubs. Nice pass.
Seaman.
Oh, another goal post.
Make that.
Well, we didn't get one that period, so why not?
Yeah. Make that 6 goal posts in the game, 5 in the first period.
Well, a minute and 10 seconds left, Jack.
Boy, oh boy, 6 goal posts in a hockey game. That's something.
It certainly is. So we're going to have to start looking at who we're going to.
Well, you got to like what Krieger's done in Superior.
Krieger's got a hat trick in
Pierce and Krieger have been in this game all night long, and you know I keep seeing 16 in my head because he's worked so hard. He's got a couple of goals. Sure. But Jake Gibson's had a strong game on the
3 assists for Jake Gibson. Nice pass.
I'll leave that up to you.
For goal 4.
You're going to have to make that decision, big guy. The pressure's on.
It can't be a tie.
Was I helping you there? Oh, we can have a tie, sure.
Yeah.
Sure, last game before
That's
Christmas.
why you get the D. You gotta like the D sometimes.
You just have to decide who's 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And
Well, I'll take Krieger with the hat trick. He's got the hat trick. Bolted into the scoring lead in the Great North Midget League. And
he might be going for 4 here. And Gendron stops him as he cut in and let it go. DeWitt. 46 seconds left in this one.
That was the 21st shot on this period. I think Gibson had a broken stick there. Either that or he's got an awful warp.
That goes up on play.
28 seconds left. And,
so 56 shots to 22 at this point. We still have 28 seconds, so we might get a couple of more on net yet. Does that sound right?
That was pretty close.
You had 21 in the period?
Yeah. Pretty good mathematician.
Well, I'll tell you, when you do a cup game, you get used to that because there's one that was it last week or the week before we had 60 something shots. I think it was last week. Jim Moore counted 60 shots, over 60 shots in the game. So
that's a lot of work for a goaltender.
Sure is.
That's like 2 games some nights.
Yeah. 16 seconds left in this one. as the Cubs take it in behind their net. Doyle killing the
7
clock
seconds
now.
left. That'll be it there, Jack.
And the Cubs will move into first place with 36 points. 1 point more than North Bay with 2 games in hand, and
Outshot them 56 to 23, Jack, and it certainly it was indicative of the way they played. They dominated the game tonight, you know, in all aspects, really.
so the 3 stars, you went with Krieger first, Zafir second,
and a tie.
Gibson and
Between Gibson and Brown.
All right. Bear, thanks for doing this.
Well,
and,
thank you, Jack.
You have a good Christmas.
And,
Everybody here, Denise.
you be good, Denise.
Yeah.
Never.
We'll see you all in the new year when North Bay comes to town on the 4th of January. That should be a fun one. So on behalf of Rick Barron, Denise Crayford, and Andrew Ager, this is Jack Morn saying Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.